In this video, we're going to be doing a quick rundown on the equipment and what I really run on the Waterbox Peninsula Mini 25. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Hello guys, welcome back to another Seki's Reef video, and like I said in the intro, I'm going to be doing a quick rundown on the aquarium, just showing you what I actually really use on this aquarium to get it to what it's like today. So let's get straight into this. So let's start off with the lighting. So on this aquarium I use the AI Prime HD. It's not the 16 HD, it's not any of the newer versions. I got it around, I think, 3 years ago now. Well, it's been the light you've seen in pretty much all of my videos on my channel. If you look back through all of my videos, the light I use is the AI Prime HD, and yeah, it works. I mean, it's growing corals. It's a nice light. I wouldn't say it's the best light out there, but it's the best, let's say, budget friendly light as well. It's definitely a good quality light. You know, nothing's cheap about it. It does give off a good spectrum for the corals. Of course, as well, it's only a small aquarium. I don't need, like, overkill lights for this, this size aquarium. That would just, be a waste. I know you can't, I'm pretty sure you can't really get my version of the light anymore, because of course it's more from the older version. There's you can get the 16 HD, which is pretty much exactly the same, like even though it's probably even better than the light I've got now, for about the same price. So if you're looking for a good budget Nano Reef aquarium light, I'll definitely recommend the AI Prime HD. Furthermore, the lighting schedule will be in the description below to download if you want to actually use my lighting schedule. But mainly it's just mainly all it is the blues and UVs all the way up to 100%, reds and greens all the way down to about 5%. I rarely use the reds and greens. The whites you can adjust to really whatever you like. I mean, the more whites you have in the aquarium, the more algae you could get. So I like to keep my whites, maximum 20%, but normally it's around 10 to 15% midday, and then of course when we go into more of the blues in the evening, of course there will be like 1 or 2%. So moving on from lighting, another important thing in the aquarium is flow. Now flow is very important, of course, because the corals need adequate flow to get nutrients and stuff. Of course, most of you will actually know this by now, but of course getting the right flow in the aquarium is of course very vital for success. So the pumps I've got right now are the J-Cod SOW4s. I've got actually the box here, and they are relatively cheap compared to all the other wave makers on the market. Knockoff, it is kind of a knockoff brand, but again, in the aquarium it works. They are quite good wave makers, especially for beginners. And I've had these wave makers throughout the years of my reef keeping. I've never really had any other high-tech wave makers. I was considering getting a AI Nero, I think they're called, for the peninsula here, but I ended up just using the J-Cods I had in the Red Sea Reefer, and yeah, they work. They push adequate flow, 4,000 litres per hour. Yeah, because of course it's the SOW4. You can get more stronger versions, more weaker versions. I've got 2 SOW4s in here. I would say it's a tiny bit overkill for a 25-gallon aquarium like that, but I have them set very low. The only reason why I actually have both of them is from the Red Sea Reefer. So yeah, have them positioned on the back wall, and they're just blowing into each other, just creating like a turbulent random effect. Which the corals like. The corals love that random flow pattern. one of them is set on 5 and the other one is set on 3, and yeah, it works for me. So those are the wave makers I use. Moving on now to filtration. Of course, this Peninsula Mini 25 really comes with all the necessary filtration you need. I'm not running any skimmer or anything like that on the aquarium. Again, at the start, I was considering, getting a small nano skimmer, but I read up about it a bit more, and I heard that it's not really that worth it for a small enough aquarium. Like, if you do big enough water changes, or good water changes every week, the waste in this aquarium that gets produced is really slow enough for me to suck it all up at the end of the week during a water change. And as well as, of course, doing those water changes, it helps replenish all of those good minerals that the corals need. So really, the filtration I actually have on here is, of course, in the first chamber, I've got a filter cup. This filter cup is 3D printed. I'll put the model I used in the description below if you want to 3D print your own. It's a model made by Kraken Corals. Good little filter cup. What I have in the filter cup is some carbon, which I put in there, which helps clear, which helps clear the water and create that crystal clear look. And I've got the filter floss. I change the carbon around once every month. Filter floss I change every time I have a water change. If I see it, and if I have a look in the filtration and it looks like it's too dirty before the end of the week, I'll change it midweek as well. It's just whenever it gets clogged and dirty, that's when I'll change the filter floss. Moving on from the first chamber, we go to the second chamber, and the second chamber mainly is full of biomedia, lots of mass spec bioballs in there. Again, links will be in the description of the products I actually use. The mass spec bioballs, in my opinion, are the best type of biomedia you can use. It's got lots of surface area for that bacteria to grow on. That's why I really highly recommend it. Again, I just chuck that in there, and it just collects its bacteria and helps filter the aquarium. As well, I've got in there is the D&D titanium heater. Of course, this is a very widely used heater in the hobby, and a very good one actually. This paired with the, of course, controller. It's a very good product. It's very good at keeping your temperature stable. Also, what I've got hooked up to the controller is a fan. Can't remember the type of fan it is, but it's just a fan from Amazon, an aquarium cooling fan, just just for the times where it gets incredibly hot in the summer. Of course, that helps keep the aquarium nice and cool. And of course, finally, in the last chamber, we have, of course, the return pump that, of course, brings the water back up to the main display. This return pump isn't the stock pump that came in the aquarium. I upgraded that to the Eheim pump. Again, links will be in the description if you want to take a look at the products or buy them for yourself. I've heard that the Eheim Nano pumps are really good for this type of aquarium, and I can definitely see the difference in liters per hour and stuff. Do recommend, of course, cleaning out the pumps every now and then, just because it can get clogged up quite a bit. I recently cleaned out mine, and I definitely saw the amount of difference in the amount of water that actually gets filtered in the aquarium. And also, finally, for the filtration area, I have the D&D H2O Ocean ATO pump. This pump, yeah, again, it's very good product, widely used throughout the hobby. It's got a good water level sensor, which of course detects if the water levels change, and a good, nice, quiet pump which can fit in most jerry cans, so you can have, of course, a nice dedicated RO reservoir beside your aquarium. So then it can pump all the evaporated water back into the aquarium. So overall, in the filtration section, really, all you really need is, of course, filter floss or something to catch that big pieces of detritus, and of course the heater, auto top off, and biomedia. I'll say biomedia, or biological filtration actually, is probably the most powerful type of filtration you can get in the aquarium. Of course, biological filtration is everywhere. It's not just in, of course, the bioballs and your biological media. It's on the rocks, it's in the sand, it's on the glass, it's everywhere. It's all the bacteria that's, you know, colonized in your aquarium that, you know, helps with that nitrogen cycle and keeps those nitrites and ammonia low. If you feel like you don't have enough biological filtration in your aquarium, I suggest getting some biomedia, some maybe bioballs, and of course you can kickstart those bacterial colonies with lots of different products out there. Of course, for starting out this aquarium back here, I used this stuff. Let me quickly get it. This stuff here, seed, I've still got it from the start. This is, of course, an amazing product that, of course, helps cycle your aquarium. But of course, there's lots of other products out there. This is the one that's worked for me. I've still got some in here still, and every now and then I'll dose a bit of seed in there, just, you know, to boost the bacterial population in the aquarium. Especially if, let's say, your tank got a bit too hot one day, and of course that can actually cause ammonia spikes due to the amount of bacteria that can be killed off during those heat fluctuations. That's why temperature in your aquarium is actually very important, because if, of course, the aquarium gets too hot, bacteria will die, and that will break down into ammonia. And of course, the bacteria has died. There's no more really bacteria to break down that decaying bacteria. So really, that's basically it. I do not run any dosing equipment or anything like that on the aquarium. The corals mainly get their source of minerals from the water changes. That works for me, and if I do need to get into dosing, I probably will be doing it manually for a good amount of time before actually investing in a doser. The only really thing I actually dose on a regular basis in the aquarium is again the Aqua Vitro's fuel, which is basically amino acids. It's basically a different version of you know, Red Sea coral color, Red Sea AB. I am considering switching to maybe Reef's Elements or something like that, but right now the fuel, yeah, I dose it twice a week, 10 milliliters for the aquarium, and it's got all of those amino acids in there which can help, you know, boost the coral's growth and coloration. So that's basically all the equipment I use on the aquarium. To some of you, you probably may think that, wow, it's quite, you know, a low-tech aquarium. Keeping it simple, keeping it nice, just trying to let, you know, the actual tank run itself now. Again, don't really put my hands in it too much. Try and limit myself. Really, the only time I actually put my hands in the aquarium is when I do a water change, and that is only every week anyway. But having good equipment can really achieve a thriving slice of the ocean, and in some cases, some people might say that you're really caring for the water other than the corals and fish, as, you know, they do what they want to do. And you're just, you know, the keeper of the water, which helps these beautiful marine animals to survive. So yeah, that's basically the end of the video. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I hope that it's information to you. This is, of course, my equipment. For other people might have other opinions about equipment, and, you know, have different equipment. This is really what, you know, I have. And yeah, that's basically it. So thank you for watching this video, and if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. That would be really appreciated. And other than that, guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget, happy reefing.